Yo. I'm Magdalene, female rapper from Kings-hurst, so listen, I grab this mic to name your game. You claim to speak for God, but traffic and fear all the same. You insist on blind obedience, yet every decree reeks of personal gain. You call your brand Truth of God, while you hoard every shred of power you can claim. You recruit drummers and singers to boast to your stage, but never lift a finger to heal a wound or name the pain. You schedule convos from Wilmington to Edmonton, flaunting your reach like a king flaunts a jewel chain. You rail against prosperity preachers, yet you traffic in a darker trade. Obedience sold as salvation, while free thought is jailed in your name. You boast that God speaks only through you, so any question becomes heresy and every skeptic is shamed. You tell women to learn in silence, ask husbands at home, then mock their voices as if scriptural law decreed them unmade. You preach submission, feign compassion, and tighten your grip until every heart you've touched is stamped and framed. You quote, "Thus saith the Lord," to turn scripture into shackles, handcuff the flock to your agenda until their wills are tamed. You exhort the youth to pack up their drums, relocate their sticks, rearrange their lives to prophesy at your bidding, but never question why your calendar diary's the only path allowed by God. You brand competitors as charlatans, vilify anyone who strays outside your narrow road. You claim moral high ground while trampling on the vulnerable, celebrating conversions yet ignoring the scars you made. You dress in linen to hide the iron beneath, wield your pulpit like a scepter, demanding tribute from mouths you've gagged. You send offerings upward not for mercy, but to cement your reign. You preach of freedom, but traffic can change. You promise a higher calling, but offer only one narrow lane. You boast of holy order, yet orchestrate chaos in every branch you claim. You demand loyalty card stamp, attendance tallies kept, every check-in logged in your ledger of souls you aim to reign. You call it shepherding, but your flock is a flock of caged hearts trained. You shun prosperity pimps, yet peddle powers poison in your sermon's frame. You warn beware false prophets, yet you ignore the biggest con in your name. You justify every edict with a twist of text, placing verses until setup suits your aim. You teach God never changes, then rewrite the rules to bolster your fame. You claim to fear no bribe, then champion your bishop's stranglehold of spiritual acclaim. You pit families against families, brothers against sisters, sowing distrust in every domain. You call it zeal, I call it zealotry, a dictatorship disguised as a holy campaign. Magdalene's here to call the bluff, to strip your gilded cage until your throne is drained. No more puppet pastor, no more plastic praise. Your era ends when your lies are named. Free listeners from your fear-forged faith, reclaim their voices, crown truth untamed.
Jennings leads a cult, bruv. 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 Jennings leads a cult, bruv.
You've built a pulpit that peddles fear as faith, issuing marching orders like a general's brigade, baptizing obedience instead of souls, converting captive hearts into serfdom paid. You convene endless conferences in far-flung cities, then call any doubt rebellion, quarantining questions as though they're a plague. Your flocks learn to parrot your talking points, no original thought allowed, just echo your slogans, but God's special mouthpiece were ordained to save the lost. Meanwhile, real wounds fester in the pews, abuse survivors muted beneath your banner of order as you masquerade mercy but magnify your dominion. You claim God's favor because you fill arenas, yet the people is spiritually famished, starved for truth, but sated on spectacle. You preach divine sovereignty while you arrogate every choice, where to meet, when to pray, what to feel, whom to fear and whom to shame. You herald exclusivity, only through our door can you find the light, turning kingdom access into tribal initiation rites. You declare the last days close, stoking apocalyptic dread to funnel fresh recruits into your roster, and you never hear their questions, never see their tears, because you built a fortress of fear around your name. Magdalene spits these bars to crack your citadel, to remind each listener that freedom blooms in open air, not in the sealed chambers of your ordained despair.
Jennings leads a cult, bruv. 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 Jennings leads a cult.